Welcome back, basketball fans. Welcome back. So, South Sudan versus Puerto Rico. This game ended 96-101. Puerto Rico grabbed the win in overtime. I mean, South Sudan, they just put their best foot forward. They were leading majority of the game, but in the end, Puerto Rico were able to outlast them in overtime. It was such a great thing to see for South Sudan. They're a team that are legit, like a team even was set up for moments like this. And out of all the other African nations that I've seen that they have played, South Sudan is one of the nations that in Africa is representing Africa. I've seen Egypt play, I've seen Cote d'Ivoire play. South Sudan is that nation that they're not going to back down to anybody. I've seen the other teams. I've seen Egypt versus Lithuania. I've seen Cote d'Ivoire play, and you could see in the second half it was just done and dusted. But this one you could see South Sudan were really, really fighting in there, and it was just great game to start with. And shooting wise, South Sudan were great. 58% shooting on 2-point field goals, 38% from deep, and 75% from the line. So although they got out rebounded 38-50, I mean Puerto Rico they're just strong in there. And it showed, especially in the second half. They were able to ramp it up. In the first half, South Sudan just started off strong. 29 points in the first quarter, 23 points in the second. But when it came to the third quarter, the fourth quarter, that's the second half in overtime, you could see there was a bit of like momentum shift as Puerto Rico were really trying to, cut that deficit. And in the fourth quarter, the fourth quarter, I can say it was the lowest scoring quarter for South Sudan with 14 points. And that's the quarter that Puerto Rico were able to at least get the game close. And it was very entertaining to see that. And in overtime, Puerto Rico just took over completely. There was a slight, scoring slump in the South Sudanese side. But, I mean, the end result was Puerto Rico just winning by 5 points, and they were the first team to win by over 100 points. But this score shouldn't tell you that South Sudan are not ready, because if they met another team that offensively was not able to set up, they will be able to handle them easily. And they showed up pretty well. I mean, 42 points in the paint, 27 fast break points, 23 points from turnovers. Okay, the turnover bug wasn't in the 2020s turnovers. Like, they had 21 turnovers in the whole game. But you could see even Puerto Rico was struggling in turnovers as well. And in the assist department, you could see the assists, they're almost neck and neck. But South Sudan led with 23 assists. And despite leading this game by 35 minutes, you could see the strongest team that was set up to take over the game. But the game just slipped in overtime. But looking at the way South Sudan were just playing, you could see William Gabriel, he didn't score that much, but he had 13 points, 66% shooting. He had 7 rebounds. Then we had the man of the guy who, if this game South Sudan won, he would have won the game MVP. Is Kalik Jones, 35 points in 38 total minutes played, 54% shooting from the field, and he had 11 assists. So he had a double-double, 35-11. He was the best performing player in this game, and he was that guy that they really needed his production. But despite having a plus-minus from -10, his scoring was needed. He only rested for 2 minutes in this game, but this game was just it was just a game that when I looked at it from the onset, I just felt like South Sudan were able to handle it, especially in the first. But in the second half, in overtime, kind of slipped up a bit, and I can say this was a game that was winnable. But the end result doesn't show that South Sudan did not pay too much attention to the game. But you could see the experience that Puerto Rico had, especially at the clutch, was the difference. But all in all, it's just a great game from South Sudan and Puerto Rico as well. Give credit to Puerto Rico. They knew how to handle the games in crunch time. South Sudan, they're just coming in, they just It's their first time ever, but their showcase, especially in their first game, has been better than the other teams. The other teams have been battered by, and they've lost by at least 15, 17 points there in the final score tally. But you could see South Sudan, this game they only lost by 5 points, and it was pretty clutch down the stretch. The first game to go into overtime, and it goes to show you like the South Sudanese team are just ready. They just have top class. You could see Angola versus Italy, 81-67. You could see Angola got blown out. I mean, even Cape Verde was struggling. They struggled against Georgia, 60-85. They lost by record 25 points. And even Cote d'Ivoire, you could see, versus Spain, they got blown out by 30. But you could see South Sudan versus Puerto Rico was such a great game to see, and they have shown that they can be able to handle those bright lights. So I'm just happy to see them. I'm pretty sure they're going to like at least grab a win or two if they keep like playing the same way and they keep like having that production from the other teams, from the other players in the team. So yeah, if you guys like the video, make sure you leave your feedback down in the comments what you think about South Sudan. They have been sensational in this game, and I'm out. Peace.